So the question is, what knowledge is required to understand spiritual world? What are the rules to follow to go to the spiritual world? The knowledge which is required to understand the spiritual world is called spiritual knowledge. If we studied the Bhagavad-gītā and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Brahma Samhita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we will get a clear understanding of the spiritual world. So spiritual world, the way to obtain spiritual knowledge is given in the Bhagavad-gītā. Krishna tells Arjuna, tad vidhi pranipātena pariprasnena sevaya upadekṣinti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Tattvadarshinaha, those who are seers of the truth. Jnaninaha, those who are in full knowledge. The pure devotee, spiritual master, is the knower of the truth and he knows, he is in full knowledge. We have to approach such a person. Pranipātena, we have to surrender to him, meaning we have to take dīkṣā from such a pure devotee like Prabhupada. And so when we take dīkṣā from Prabhupada, that means we are really surrendering unto him. That's the outward expression of our surrender to Prabhupada. And after surrendering to Prabhupada, what do we do after taking dīkṣā from him? Tad vidhi pranipātena pariprasnena. Then we have to question, we have to be inquisitive to learn about the spiritual world, about ourselves, how we go there. And when we are inquisitive like this, that means we have to read Prabhupada's books every day. And when we express that inquisitiveness like that by reading Prabhupada's books without fail every day, as Prabhupada has instructed, and then pariprasnena sevaya, we also render service to the mission of the spiritual master. Krishna consciousness is not an armchair philosophy, something I'll sit in a room and discuss across the table for hours together, and then go my way and do my sense gratification. No. Krishna consciousness is a philosophy which has to be practiced in our daily life. So we practice that Krishna conscious philosophy and follow the instructions of the spiritual master. That is called seva. Tad vidhi pranipātena pariprasnena sevaya upadekṣinti te jnaninam. Upadekṣinti te jnanam. Jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So the jnaninaha, the person in knowledge, tattvadarshinaha, the person who knows the truth, he will reveal the knowledge in our heart when we surrender unto him and we take dīkṣā from him and we render service according to his instructions. So this is the process to acquire knowledge. Without surrender, if we read Prabhupada's books in a challenging mode, then that will not reveal the true knowledge in our heart. First aspect is surrender has to be there, then the knowledge will be revealed in our heart by the spiritual master and Krishna. So when we follow this process of taking shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee, accepting him as our dīkṣā guru and surrendering unto him, taking dīkṣā from him and regularly hearing from Prabhupada, our dīkṣā guru, and rendering service unto the lotus feet of our dīkṣā guru who is Śrīla Prabhupāda. By this process, transcendental spiritual knowledge will be revealed in our heart and simultaneously will progress on the path going back to Godhead. So, to go to the spiritual world, also the process is to surrender unto the lotus feet of a pure devotee. We have to identify a pure devotee, an Uttamadhikari, as our spiritual master, and then we have to take dīkṣā from him. Then we can go back to Godhead, back to the spiritual world. This is the process. So, acquiring spiritual knowledge is not like acquiring material knowledge. Material knowledge, if I am intelligent and I am literate, I can go and pick up the book of knowledge, material knowledge from any store or library. I can read that and I can acquire that knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is not like that. Spiritual knowledge requires faith and surrender in the source. Faith in the source, whether it is a pramanika source, whether it is an authoritative source or not. Simply blind faith will not help. The faith is an informed faith that yes, the source from which I am receiving the spiritual knowledge is an authorized source. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshriyo viduhu. The knowledge which I am receiving is coming from a proper guru-paramparā. So when we have this proper understanding and with the faith that yes, I have done my homework, the person who is giving me this knowledge is Śrīla Prabhupāda, 32nd in the unbroken chain of gurus, acharyas in the parampara, and therefore I have faith in what Prabhupada says, and with that faith I surrender unto Prabhupada and accept him as my dīkṣā guru. Then spiritual knowledge can be revealed in my heart. Alright, so acquisition of spiritual knowledge is not like acquiring material knowledge. We need a bona fide spiritual master in order to be able to perceive spiritual knowledge.